There's a revolution taking place in the male-dominated sport of surfing, with a new generation of women busting down the contemporary surf world's gender-biased doors. For some, it's a love of the lifestyle, the art of riding a wave with grace and style. For a rare few, it's the competitiveness within and a desire to be the best in the world that drives them to the elite level of the Association of Surfing Professionals. Long before the spotlight of fame they occupy today, these women were pushed onto waves, rose through amateur ranks and junior competition, then onto the world stage. No other country in the world has developed the infrastructure and facilities in cultivating future world champions like Australia. It's a long journey and one that can only be taken with the support of governing bodies like Surfing Australia. We follow 8 of Australia's most talented junior women surfers on their quest to win one of 4 spots on the Australian team and represent their country at the ISA Junior World Titles in Nicaragua, emulating the success of Australian female champions both past and present. These 8 girls are considered to be the next wave. 102 kilometres southeast of Hobart, on the rugged Tasmanian Peninsula in southern Tasmania, home to the world-famous break, Ship Sterns, Australia's best junior surfing talent assemble for the Australian titles.
The beautiful area of Newbina was chosen. It's got some great waves, it's real and it's raw and it's beautiful. All the kids have qualified through their regional, state qualification events and they come through to the #1 junior event in the country.
It's everyone from around Australia, all the grommets from 16s to the 18s. If it's any comp that you want to win, it's this one.
Maintaining a low profile and observing with a discerning eye is the one man all competitors want to impress.
My name's Martin Dunn. I'm the National Coaching Director for Surfing Australia. I've been a surfer for over 35 years.
It's crucial for the girls to perform well at the Australian titles. First and second place guarantees automatic entry to the national selection camp, taking them one step closer to a position in the Australian team.
The other 2 girls from each division will be selected from a wildcard system, and what we're looking for there is girls who have had previous contest results. They're motivated to do well. Their technical and decision-making development are well underway, which means basically they can take off on a wave and they get to the end of the wave consistently and perform well.
Tasmania's erratic weather and volatile ocean conditions is the ultimate testing ground in determining the contestants' ability to adapt and perform in all conditions.
The winds can be unforgiving and the swells punishing and the water temperature very icy.
One day it was 43 degrees and the next day, or a couple of days later, at night time it was -2.
Come here and it's all wetsuits and gloves and booties.
The girls have been fantastic. If there's one thing that I could add about their improvement is their ability to surf in all conditions.
The surf is always changing and it'll change to people's ability. Some people are good in bigger waves, others are good in smaller waves.
Someone who wants to try out for the Australian team, they actually have to have the confidence and the ability to actually paddle out in any and all conditions and do a good job.
If they can come to Tassie and do out well here, then I think that it'll hold them in good stead for all other parts of the world where they might hold the world titles.
Under-16s wildcard entrant Laura Pausini radiates a positive attitude while challenging the older girls in her division for a spot on the national team.
My name is Laura Pausini and I'm from Moffat Beach in Queensland. I usually surf with my cousin Polly. We just meet up in the mornings or I give her a call. I'm like, come for a surf. But most mornings Dad takes me down to surf.
She wakes me up at 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier. Come on, you're late, let's go.
She's always out there for the early dawn patrols with her dad, and in the last probably 12 to 18 months, we've really seen a huge progression in her style. She's got a beautiful bottom hand turn and a lovely off the top, which she loves to work on when there's quite a solid punchy wave.
My role model in life is my whole family, especially my brother. He's such a good motivator and I love the days when he comes and he surfs with me.
Now she just smokes me. She's just on everything, getting every wave. She's always had a competitive streak in, and to the point where I was like first one to answer the telephone when the telephone was ringing when we were like Rugrats. To the first one to get dessert, to the point where she's out there trying to get an 8.5 if she needs it in a heat.
I love the feeling of winning.
Whenever there's a cross-country tournament or a carnival, she's normally winning that. It's swimming, she's winning that. She's just a freak, but in a nice way.
She's always been an A+ student. She just applies that competitive attitude and edge towards everything she does, and that includes the schoolwork.
School will always come first, because in order to be a good surfer, you also need to make smart decisions out in the surf.
She's got a really positive attitude, and you know, when she's struggling in the gym, yeah, you can encourage her and she'll still keep going.
In the surfing world, I aspire to Tyler Wright because she trains so hard and she's really determined, and that's what I want to be.
Laura rips. She's such a good surfer and inspires me, and I'm sure she inspires many other girls around my age as well.
Wyndon Sea are so supportive of Laura. They can see the writing on the wall, and they'll do anything to keep her in the club and also to support her to reach her goals.
My personal philosophy or motto is be nice to everyone and create a nice mood, and yeah, so if you give people good things will happen to you, so yeah.
Up next, the winners of the Australian Junior titles are revealed. National events and world titles are a rare opportunity for surfers to unite and compete as a team. It's vital for individuals to demonstrate their ability to participate as part of a squad, to be considered for selection in the Australian team.
We got to travel with the team, which was really fun. We all flew down together.
When you come to Aussies, you're really a group and they support you so much. Everyone just gets along so much because we all share this same surfing love and passion.
Yes, it's so good just bonding with all the girls.
You have to support everyone when you're in a team. It's not just about you. When you come up the beach and they're cheering for you, you want to make other people feel like that, because it's just such a great feeling when people are cheering you on.
In the under-16s, Holly Warren from New South Wales takes out first place.
So stoked.
Zoe Clarke from Victoria places second. In the under-18s, Holly Sue Coffey from Queensland, surfing up an age division, wins convincingly.
I got the waves and I'm just so stoked to have won the Aussies.
Kirsten Ogden from New South Wales places second. Each of these 4 girls are now guaranteed a spot in the selection camp. Martin Dunn and his team must now reconvene at the Hurley Surfing Australia High Performance Centre and decide which 4 girls will gain wildcard entries to the national selection camp. Out of the 8 girls to attend the selection camp, only 4 will achieve their dream of representing Australia at the Junior World Titles. The foundation for any aspiring competition surfer in Australia begins at the grassroots level.
You know, the biggest secret is with the strength of Australian surfing, and don't tell anyone, okay? But the biggest strength is the fact that we've got board riders clubs.
The surf riding clubs are an institution in Australian surfing because they've really been around since Surfing Australia was formed in '63, so, you know, they've been there from day one.
Yeah, the stepping stone from when you're a grommy surfing with your family.
So it's just all about encouragement and putting all the kids together and having fun. That's virtually the start of the whole thing. We've got heaps of girls in our club, so when you come along and hang out with them and surf with them, your surfing can only improve.
It gives you that experience and the taste for competition.
Having surf clubs at every venue, you know, and inter-club meets and stuff, that is unmatched anywhere in the world.
I don't think there's any one Australian professional surfer over the last 20 years that hasn't been involved in a board riders club in one way or another.
Under 16s, Isabella Nichols, who placed 3rd at the Aussie Junior titles, gains a wildcard entry to the national selection camp.
My name is Isabella Nichols and I'm 15 years old from Coolum Beach. It's just a good atmosphere around Coolum because there's a lot of groms around and we're all like surfing, and there's a skate park right out the front of the beach, just really good.
Belle's been in the club for about 5 years now. Belle's always been a standout. She's already got the love of the ocean and the surfing, but between that and the fact she's got a great parent support and fantastic competitive and surfing skills, makes Belle a real full package.
My grand plan was that if I got the kids into surfing, there's an excuse for coming home late. I have to spend quality time with the kids. That plan sort of slightly backfired, however, because I didn't expect Isabella to take it on competitively. I tend to spend more time probably in the car driving. However, it's a good plan. I still enjoy it.
When I was 8, I remember my dad pushed me onto my first wave on a longboard at Rainbow Bay. And yeah, I stood up and I remember surfing into the flags and everyone giving me dirty looks, like what was I doing?
Isabella would probably be a soccer player. She was into the soccer before she started surfing and was on a very high level and was going to go for rep soccer, but the surfing took over.
She's sort of bred for sport. Her cardio's great. She's already a good cross-country runner and she competes well in other sports at school.
Yeah, I train at the gym 3 to 4 times a week and change my circuit work every 3 weeks. So yeah, help make me stronger.
Isabella has the luxury of being a very, very, not just talented sports person, but also academically.
Like finishing off school's a great idea because I've always got a backup plan to fall onto if I don't make it.
No doubt Isabella is a really good role model for all the younger girls and especially all the younger girl surfers. She's determined. She really wants to do this. Out of all the things she could do, she wants to be a professional surfer.
My personal philosophy, I guess, would have to be success comes from work and you can't get to success unless you put in the hard yards and, yeah, surf every day. Even if it's choppy, onshore, that's what Coolum usually is and that's what some comps are held in, so you just got to get used to every conditions. I get a buzz from surfing heats and, like, the adrenaline is just really good.
Surfing Australia's leadership and strategic approach towards the development of the sport of surfing has today resulted in the creation of a world-first, state-of-the-art facility, the Hurley Surfing Australia High Performance Centre.
There, you've got one focus only, which is surfing. So that centre, you're living and breathing everything in and around surfing.
It's amazing just because it's the first centre ever fully 100% dedicated to surfing.
Having something like the High Performance Centre is something that's it's a groundbreaking centre, and it's the performance of excellence.
Essentially what we're doing is we're applying principles and practices that we know have worked in elite sport.
Everything in this building is specific to surfing.
It's everything you need in a training centre.
They always have a lot to say and a lot to help me improve my surfing.
I learned so much from them, like just coming out of them, like my surfing just lifted a whole nother level.
People like Chelsea, Tyler, Steph, they've all been on the same journey that I'm taking right now, so it really gives me confidence that Australia is putting the right focus into the girls surfing.
It's so good to see that the government is supporting future generations of surfing as a sport.
Always look forward to going there.
There are several other very strong federations that will be, looking to try to replicate what we're doing here.
We're aware of the Australian team and what they bring to the table, and what they bring to the table is the best program out there right now.
What we're really seeing is Surfing Australia putting together fantastic development programs from, the grassroots, from learn to surf all the way through your Vegemite surf comps. Fantastic initiative, learning the right way all the way through.
Victoria's Zoe Clarke is the only female competitor outside of New South Wales and Queensland to win her position at the selection camp.
Hi, I'm Zoe Clarke. I'm from Janjup. Bells Beach is my local break. I guess it's special because everyone you know is out there and it's just like great vibe. Everyone's hooting everyone when you get a good wave, and if you just have a great surf out there, then it's just one to remember forever.
I think she was born to surf. She just loves the water. Never been scared of the surf. At 9, 10 she was going out at 6-foot bells and winky popping, so they nicknamed her Little Waimea.
My strongest memory of surfing is probably at Cozy Corner on the big board, Dad pushing me in, and I remember when getting out of the water and telling everyone that I'd got 100 or 200 waves and having so much fun.
She's very lucky. She's got fantastic friends. They're a really natural bunch of kids, either a surf or surf club, and she seems to entertain them all and amuse them.
From a young age, she's always been quite competitive and very focused and just knows how to get in the zone.
I think in surfing, you've really got to put on a show. Within the time that you're in the water, you've really got to make the most of it. It's always really good at that.
Out in the water, I wouldn't classify myself as a show-off, but I'd definitely say that I try my hardest and hassle and get the best waves as possible.
Zoe's pretty aggressive out in the water.
Everyone here is very supportive, and Surfing Victoria seems to help me a lot in whatever I want to do. My parents, they definitely help me through anything I need helping through. My sisters are pretty supportive if I'm ever down or need help with anything, need calming down. They seem to be able to come through with the goods and help me out. There's a couple of people that inspire me locally. My coach, definitely my coach. He's a great surfer, and Lane Beachley, because she changed the world view on women's surfing.
She's always been really talented, but between last year and now, I can really see a massive difference with her consistency. In the last year, she's almost made every final in her divisions, which is fantastic.
She's got the ability, she's got the talent, so it's all there to do.
Surfing hasn't changed my life, surfing is my life.
Up next, 8 girls battle it out at the National Selection Camp for only 4 positions on the Australian team. Australia's best junior surfers gather at the Hurley Surfing Australia High Performance Centre for the National Selection Camp. The 8 girls selected must now compete for only 4 positions on the Australian team.
They can expect a lot of hard work. They'll be asked to perform above and beyond.
There are certain characteristics that we need to see to be an effective member of Team Australia.
You get a surfer that might only do 3 turns on the wave, but the way that they place those turns and what they do can be just a massive standout from someone doing 10 turns to the beach.
The national selection criteria are set to the highest standards. Evaluation is based on contestant results throughout the year, as well as fitness, performance, attitude and all-round resilience during the camp.
I've been watching the girls surfing a fair bit lately, and it's been unbelievable. Every year they step up so much, and this year's another one, Steph Single. She's been surfing incredible. She just won the Pro Junior in Tahiti.
Holly Sue Coffey, the under-18s Australian champion, competes in the same event but remains in Tahiti for a photo shoot, missing the heats on day 1.
She'll be here tomorrow and should change things. It should be interesting.
Looking at the positioning, the under-18 girls, their heat totals were quite low, which can kind of work in Holly Sue's favour because she's trying to catch up.
Holly Sue is a fantastic young surfer. I hope she doesn't sit back and think it's going to be a breeze for her. I know these girls are going to push her.
Australian under-18s Aussie champ Holly Sue Coffey, surfing up an age division, is in hot contention for a position on the Australian team.
Hi, my name's Holly Sue Coffey. I'm 15 years old and I'm the current under-18s Australian surfing junior champion. My earliest memory in the surf, I think I was about 4 and we surfed Curly Basin where I'm originally from, and it was like really clean, crystal clear water, and Dad was out there pushing me in, and I just remember like getting up and getting waves all the way to the beach and jumping off on the sand. And
I remember when we were younger, I was surfing by myself and with my brother, and then I was like, oh yeah, Holly surfs, and then one day I just like turned around and I was like, oh my God, she's so good. Like, how did this happen?
You know, I'd take the kids out somewhere and Holly wouldn't be included because she was so young, and it was always too dangerous, and it was like, no, you're not allowed to come out. And you would turn around and there'd be Holly paddling out by herself in extreme conditions. She was always wanting to do what everyone else was doing.
Just been travelling since I was about 7 in the bus with my family. I mean, we've just been surfing and having the like time of our life. As soon as you get into the water, it can just like relieve your stress, and it's just so peaceful.
Surfing with Ellie and Holly is heaps of fun. We're a bit of a team, us three out there.
Yeah, my whole family is a part of the Snapper Board Riders Club. They're so supportive, and you have like Steph Gilmore and Joel Parkinson come down, you get to surf against them, but you don't get to do that much, so they're definitely like my heroes. My biggest support would definitely have to be my dad. He comes everywhere and just like my best friend. The fans on social media are like the best ever, like really makes you feel good about yourself and what you're doing. It's just worth it. I don't have any other better feeling than after I win a comp. Surfing has changed my life because my whole life has been revolved around it, so I couldn't even imagine without it, yeah.
The pressure to perform in an unfamiliar environment tests the competitors' adaptability and fortitude during the first day of camp.
I was quite nervous going into it just because it's such a huge thing to be selected for, and I guess you don't really realise until you get down there how serious the atmosphere really is.
The under-16 girls, Isabella, for instance, she had an outstanding day.
Isabella was really dominant out there today. She did a few massive turns on those waves, and for such a little girl, like, it was surprising.
Zoe Clarke, she's having a good day, and not far behind her is Laura. Holly looks a little bit nervous, I think.
Didn't really go as I would have maybe liked to.
She's the current Australian under-16 champion. It'll be interesting to see how Holly responds tomorrow.
Holly Warren's determination is put to the test following a disappointing first day of competition at the selection camp.
I'm Holly Warren, I'm 15 years of age and I'm currently the under-16 Australian Junior Surfing Champion.
We're going out, it's a beautiful day. Looks like the sun is here to stay.
My dad and my cousin Chris taught me how to surf when I was really little, and everyone likes the beach in my family. Every single person likes to swim, and even may not be surfing, but everyone likes to be on the sand and in the water, and everyone would rather be on the sand in the water than at home on a computer. The first time I caught a wave, I don't remember because I was only like 2.5, 3, and I was at Pretty Beach with Dad, and he pushed me in on his Stuart Cadden. Every time I used to go surfing, Mum used to stand on the beach and push me back out to Dad. Dad would get me and take me back out, all the way back in, and then Mum would push me back out, and it'd be really fun. And Dad used to always complain about how sore his arms were from pushing me in, and I used to just, no, you're such a wuss, come on, let's go again. And so at my school, they let me have time off, and they're always just there to help with assignments and whatever. They're really cool and caring, and all the teachers are really young at my school, and so they all really kind of know what it's like, and they always give you a little bit extra time because they know that it's hard when you're away to do your schoolwork. I like eating healthy, and I always eat healthy. I like my food, and I think fitness is a very big thing in surfing, and you have to be fit to be able to progress, and it helps you so much more, and it progresses you so much faster. And when you're a surfer, you feel that, like that surfer feeling, and you're in the water and you feel that thing. You don't have to be in a competition, you don't have to be taking it seriously, just to be in the water. It's a really good environment to be in, and I think it's a lot of fun. I think surfing is like the best sport in the world for sure. You can't beat it.
After the break, the battle hots up for the 4 positions on the Australian team, and we meet Callie McDonough and Steph Single.
With Holly Sue coming in today, it was like, all right, we're all here, let's do this.
It was kind of intimidating walking in, just having everybody stare at you because you're late, but everybody's been really cool. And
Some of the girls who didn't do well yesterday, they have stepped up today.
Yeah, today I did a lot better than yesterday. I got 2 firsts today, so I'm really happy about that.
She's put herself into contention for selection. Laura Pausini surfed very solidly throughout the day, and Isabella, who had a great day yesterday, didn't have such a good day today.
I think today the conditions and the rip were tricky, but I think mostly the hassling is what got me.
Anything can happen in a heat, and with the girls that I surf against, you're not guaranteed a first position any day.
Under-18's wildcard entrant, Callie McDonough, struggles to find form at the camp, competing against the informed Steph Single, Kirsten Ogden, and national champion Holly Sue Coffey.
I'm Callie McDonough, I'm 16 years old, and I'm from Lennox Head, New South Wales. Ever since I was young, we've been coming up here. I'd just fallen in love with the place, and I'd always wanted to live up here, so when we did move, it was just the best thing ever.
she wakes me up every morning, 5:30, but most mornings I sleep in.
My favourite wave in Australia is Broken Head, just up the road here. And it's been my favourite wave for ages now, just because it is so beautiful to surf.
Callie's surfing is just like progressively getting stronger and stronger. She's got a really good top turn on her, both forehand and backhand, and she can take it as far as she wants to take it. It's up to her.
My dad definitely inspires me. Like, he was the one that got me into surfing, and he's so supportive. He does whatever he can to make it happen for me, and I can't thank him enough. Without both of my parents, I don't think I could do it. And my brother, I surf with him every day, and I guess it's really competitive between us both. I mean, we don't show a lot of affection for each other, but I do love him so much, and it's so cool to have a partner wherever I go to be able to surf.
Definitely, like, push each other, doing different manoeuvres, or just pushing each other to see who can come out with the best.
You know, he drops it on me a fair bit, a lot more than I drop it on him, put it that way.
Well, I think I do it a bit more, but she gets me back for it. I look up to her a bit. Good having a bigger sister.
Callie's a really easy to get along with girl. She's very smart, and she's kind of funny and quirky too in her own little way. Yeah.
My favourite band, I have a lot. I really like the Ramones. I'm a huge fan of Florence and the Machine. I listen to anything really, like I love music. A huge role model for me is Bethany Hamilton, just because of what she's been through with the shark attack, and then to be able to come back from that and to still absolutely rip and to compete and to do what she does. I think it's so inspiring for anyone, you know, not just a surfer, just for anyone who's had, you know, to struggle through something and then to have so much faith as well. She's for sure a huge idol of mine. I'm so blessed to have the life that I have, and I just love every moment of it.
Camp the last 2 days has been really fun.
Everyone's getting along really well, and I'm friends with everyone here now.
There's that balance between competitiveness and friends, and I think that we've got that fairly sorted out.
Today, Holly Sue, who missed day one of competition, she stood up and she got a first place and a second place. So she clearly showed that she's a girl who wants to be in the team.
Yeah, winning my first heat was definitely a confidence boost. Really helped me go out in my second heat.
You know, wave selection probably played a pretty big part in today's surfing, and that showed in the results.
Over the last few days, there's a few mixed emotions. Sometimes I felt nervous, sometimes I felt confident.
If we don't go well, then it'd be really devastating, but I'm just gonna prepare tonight and hopefully go well.
Placing fourth at the Aussie titles, under-18s wildcard Steph Single joins the selection camp on a high, following a recent win at a pro junior event in Tahiti.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Single from Lennox Head, New South Wales, Australia, and I'm 18 years old. Lennox Head is a little village. It's got really good waves, really nice environment, nice and green. It's really nice. When I was little, Dad used to push me on his surfboard. Didn't really used to stand up. Didn't really like it at first, so I just boogie boarded and swam. But I love the ocean. I've always loved the ocean since I was born.
She's always loved the water. She was probably about 4, I suppose. We just had to put her into swimming lessons because she couldn't keep her out of the water.
Lennox Point is probably my favourite place to surf. It's such a long right-hander when you get it good, and it's such a fun wave. I have this tree that I line up. It's my spot, and I think a lot of locals know where it is, but yeah, it's a good spot.
So what makes Steph a unique surfer is she's powerful and aggressive, and she really goes for it when she does surf, so she turns people's heads.
She's not scared. The bigger it gets, the better for Steph.
The biggest waves I've surfed about 8 foot at Lennox Point, but it was, you know, some of them were scary, but it wasn't that big and fat, so it's not as hard.
Steph's been riding my boards for a fair few years now, so she's very involved with the aspects of all of her boards and the future of where she's headed with it. Steph paints her own boards, as you can see behind us. She gets into that. She loves doing that.
We all like surfing together, all of us girls having fun and free surfs, but when it comes to competition, you've got to put your head on, and if you want to win, you've got to go for it. You can't really step back for anyone else.
Everyone that is behind her, including our management company, has no doubt that she's good enough to be on the tour and mix it with the best.
She works hard too. She works at the local bakery, so she puts in out of the water as well as in the water.
I believe Steph really wants to make it as an elite and top professional surfer, and she's getting a taste for some good results, and I think this is just the beginning of something really exciting for Steph.
My philosophy is never give up, just always try, always give 100%. Surfing has changed my life because it lets me have a happy and healthy lifestyle and keeps me out of trouble, I guess.
Up next, we meet Kirsten Ogden, wrap up day 3 at the selection camp, and then reveal the 4 Australian representatives.
Hi, my name is Kirsten Ogden. I'm from Byron Bay, New South Wales, and I'm 17. I started surfing when I was 8 years old at Red Bluff, Western Australia, and I started competing at 12 years old. Making the transition into competitive surfing is hard, especially as you don't really know what to do. So board riders clubs are there to help you into that transition. Alana Blanchard is definitely one of my biggest role models. She just brings that feminine side into the sport. I love to cook, love my food, love it. My 2 brothers, Matt and Jacob, have really pushed my surfing. Like, I'll surf out there with them and just try and compete against them. They've been a really good influence on my surfing. I'm working towards in my surfing just having more flow and linking all the manoeuvres in together. I definitely think surfing is a meditation. It relaxes me and I just feel so much better when I've been for a surf. My biggest mentor, I would have to say, is my dad. He has a lot of influence on me, surfing-wise, and also in just my life.
Okay, here we are at Casuarina Beach, final day of the selection camp. We've got 12 heats to go.
I guess the last day, and it's the last time you can show them what you're made of and show them how good you can surf.
I think I went all right. Really hard to find the wave.
I didn't have such a good heat just then. Hopefully my next heat can be a bit better.
Day 3 pushes the competitors to the limit, with the final round of heats, followed by a challenging fitness test in the afternoon.
In the sport of surfing, a skill-based sport, you actually want them to have a diversity of physical qualities.
We had the fitness evaluation today, did a bit of paddling in the pool, a bit of strength test, jumping tests.
A lot of the exercises you have to do, they're quite fun, but the endurance paddle at the end is pretty exhausting.
It was quite hard by the end. I was just laying in the pool.
Australian competitors traditionally for Team Australia are hard, and so we need those competitors in the water, and that's, I guarantee you, that's what the coaches are looking for.
I'm not too sure, like, if I made the team or not. Like, all the girls are surfing really well and they've performed to the criteria, so I think we all have just the same amount of chances.
I'm not overly confident at this moment.
I guess I'm really excited to get the call. I just really want to find out, but at the same time I'm a bit nervous.
I'm not really too sure as we were all so close.
I think I have a pretty good chance, but you never know until the end result.
If the selection was based on the last few days, I do not think I would have made the team.
I would definitely have changed coming late so I could do the first couple heats.
Based on my overall performance, I think I made it, yeah.
Australia always takes away a strong team. In actual fact, in the last 3 or 4 years, the girls have been the cornerstone of our success. I can see a couple of our girls being finalists, got no doubt about that.
Out of the 8 girls, the dreams of 4 will soon be fulfilled.
We're here the day after the selection camp, and my main job today is to notify the girls who have made the team.
Hello, Doc speaking.
Hello, it's Martin Dunn from Surfing Australia.
Good morning, Martin. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I just wanted to let you know that Holly made the side to go to Nicaragua.
Oh, do you know what? We've been waiting all morning and we are that excited. Oh my God, I'm about to cry. That's fantastic, Martin.
I'm just ringing up to let you know that Kirsten has made the side to go to Nicaragua. Just want to let you know that Steph's going to Nicaragua.
Oh, that's wonderful news, Martin.
Well, I'm just ringing up to say that you're going to Nicaragua.
Oh, thank you.
Holly Warren and Isabella Nichols are selected to represent Australia in the under-16s, with Kirsten Ogden and Steph Single selected in the under-18s. As part of Travel Sim Team Australia, they'll now compete at the ISA Junior World Titles in Nicaragua. Years of hard work and dedication have paid off for the 4 Australian women representatives. As they farewell family and friends, there is one final goal to achieve, bringing home Team Gold for Australia.
Out of Sydney, we're looking at 12 to 14 hours, depending on when, to get to LA.
A stopover in LA allows the team to adjust to the time zone and bond.
Did some shopping. The girls were pretty excited.
And then it was 3.5 to go Houston, and then to Nicaragua.
We had a pretty long travel, about 36 hours in total.
Finally got in the water for a paddle. Felt really good after that first wave.
We're here in Central America. To most of these kids is a place they probably had to look up where Nicaragua was on the map.
The whole environment is different, so there's a little bit of culture shock that happens to some people as well.
They're driving past these houses and seeing these tiny little places with the kids with the biggest smile on their face, and they've got literally a pig bath in their front yard and the tiniest house in the world. So it's an eye-opener for the kids.
This trip is, yes, we want to win the gold medal, but it's also about life lessons for them as a surfer, but also as a person.
Bye-bye, nice to meet you.
The opening ceremony is a spectacle with over 300 athletes from 30 countries and support staff marching through the streets of San de Sur, with thousands of locals coming from near and far to celebrate the event. It's down to business on day one of the heats. Team spirits are high and the competition is on.
I have been watching the Australian team. It just looks like a really strong team, good competition, and I'm really excited to compete against them.
Defending team champions Hawaii bring a solid team to Nicaragua to defend their title. Australia will have their work cut out for them if they're to bring back Team Gold to our shores.
My respect for the Australian team is very high. They have been, always, the team to beat.
I think that Hawaii and Australia are the best teams in this competition. Both teams are surfing really well.
Travel Sim Team Australia starts confidently, with all surfers positioning first or second in their heats.
Day one's definitely a day where they're getting the nerves out of the system. They want to just prove to the world that they can surf, and just reminding themselves that they can travel to the other side of the world, recover from jet lag and still surf in a heat. And getting a good heat out of the way is really, really important, and I believe it'll build momentum into the coming days, even though it is such a long campaign.
Up next, Australia goes for gold at the ISA Junior World Titles. The competition is fierce midway through the event, with several nations crowding the top of the leaderboard, challenging Australia and Hawaii.
Day 6 is a big day for Team Australia. We've still got 11 surfers, about 12 still in the event. So we're in a very strong position.
What I love about this team is that everyone is putting in 100%.
I'm very pleased day on day as we go through this competition. We're getting better, we're getting stronger, and we're becoming more united.
Exceptional individual performances are crucial in building team confidence and momentum as the campaign progresses.
Kai's perfect 10 was nothing short of amazing. He needed a miracle and he pulled it out.
I'm just so excited and just stoked to get through.
It's something so unique to actually be an individual sport but be part of a team and represent your country. The ISA events are very unique in that particular aspect.
Yeah, the team's really supportive. They're always there when you come in and everyone's cheering you on the beach.
Travelling with the team is really fun, and it's really supporting being down on the beach with everyone.
It's day 7 at the ISA World Surfing Championships, and at the moment Australia and Hawaii are neck and neck, and we've created a bit of a buffer zone to the next country down, so it's looking like a tight finish going into the last couple of days.
Well, technically right now, us and the Aussies are kind of tied right now. We both have 9 competitors left, so hopefully we can get more finalists and hopefully win this gold 2 years in a row the first time.
Hawaii dominates the final days of competition, with Australia responding to the challenge in a contest that goes down to the wire.
Right now in the water is 2 Hawaiian girls, and if they come first and second, that makes our job all the tougher. It's going to be interesting.
Travel Sim Team Australia finishes strong, with Jacob Wilcox winning gold in the Under-16s boys division. Solly Bailey wins silver, with Luke Hine placing 4th in the Under-18s boys. Stephanie Single validates her selection in the team with a silver medal in the Under-18s girls division, upholding the girls' legacy in Australia's success at previous world titles.
In first place with a point total of 24,256, the new team world champion for 2014 at the Deccan ISA World Junior Surfing Championships, presented by Billabong, is Team Australia.
With a solid overall team effort, having many surfers get to the business end of the event and score medals, Australia won the overall team gold and achieved their goal of taking the team championship title from Hawaii, who finished with a close second. The future of Australian junior women's surfing is exciting, with Holly Warne, Laura Pausini, Callie McDonough, Isabella Nichols, Zoe Clarke and Holly Sue Coffey all re-eligible for selection in the coming years. Stephanie Single and Kirsten Ogden move on with new goals and new beginnings that hopefully lead them to the world stage.
Surfing's changed my life because it's made me the person I am today.
It's just opened the door to probably the best lifestyle in the world.
My whole life has been revolved around it, so I couldn't even imagine without it.
I'd most probably be digging a hole somewhere if I wasn't in the surf industry.
All the opportunities and all the friends and places I've gone in my life and how enriched my life has become because of surfing.
I couldn't really imagine myself doing anything else.
It's made me do what I love with my family.
It's given me a way to spend quality time with my kids.
It's given me something to love and something to feel passionate about.
Because it's given me lots of opportunities to travel and just bond with family and friends.
It makes me live a happy and healthy lifestyle.
It's given me the opportunity to be able to help other people.
Surfing changed my life because it's not what I do, it's who I am.